After a slightly hungover day's rest, it was time to start CP Day 1 with 2 new members on the team. First off, we were down to the dungeon for Rick to install our reserve chutes. This was because we'd be doing somewhat higher flights than we had been last week. Meanwhile, Ralph was messing around on the quad bike. What followed was a demonstration of how to use a reserve chute by Rick, sort of like what you get in the airlines, but a little bit different.
Yeah, so make sure you let go.
All done, to the van. After meeting a little furry friend. He was a bit dense though, chewing rocks.
Day 1.
It was time to go check out the cemetery field. But not until after picking up some refreshments in the form of spring water and of course Snickers bars and a Red Bull. Nicely refreshed, we headed on down to the landing field for the all-essential briefing. As the field was sloping away from us at landing, it was very important for us to know the difference between S-turns and figure of 8 turns.
Turn, look, lean, squeeze, hold the brake on, all the way round, then you go. Look, stuff and shit, yeah.
It was then time to head up to launch. Getting out of the vans next to a conveniently placed cemetery. We strolled out to a convenient spot while Rick explained the area.
We'll practice our baseline approach.
After getting our equipment, it was then up to launch. Unfortunately, the conditions weren't quite right, so we had to come back down.
Just waiting for the UV rain break. Come on out.
Down to the landing field we went to do our DIs and a bit more ground handling. Unfortunately though, the wind had picked up even more. So instead, Rick gave us a demo of how to handle a wing in strong winds.
If you ever get caught out, with a breeze, you can't just wing down. Just chuck it back in your car and go home with it, is the idea.
Next up was latte time, or as they say in Spain, café con leche. Back after lunch and off again. Back to our favourite site, 4 Humps. Still windy, but conditions might change, and what better way to find out than noticing the wind speed fluctuations, explained by Rick.
Sure, this is the lowest.
Still too windy? Time for the speed bars. And of course, speed bar antics.
The speed bar trip, join it or stop? Accelerate yourself.
It was time for Rick to test the skies. It was a bit windier than last week, but the time had finally come to give it a whirl.
Beautiful. Well done. Now just fly away from the hill. Great. Little bit of left brake, so look left, lean left, squeeze left.
In fact, the conditions were just right for finally putting into practice our reverse launches.
Right, make it. I say drive. Good. Now take it off to your left.
Brake. Run in. There we go. Beautiful.
Very nice. That's much better speed. That's more like you.
Although my launch was okay, getting into the harness wasn't. So kids, don't rock around when you're trying to get into your harness after takeoff.
Good. Now a little nudge to the right. Looks like you might squeeze right. Very nice. Hold that course. Now back round to the left. Look left, lean left, squeeze left.
Right, there goes now. Right, that's it.
Running, keep running. Woo, loads better. Hold that course.
Yeah, hungry. You need to feed it.
Day 1 of the CP course was in the bag.
Well done, everyone.